I got put down in jail for being around with the wrong people, bro. You've been locked up for 7 years and you can't have sunlight touch your face. You only dream of a hamburger, people fighting over juice, politicking on who's sitting on my table. I didn't stop to today. Like everything I do is because I don't want to go back. I want to stay focused. I seen things that I don't want to see again. There's a lot of stuff that made me realize what I have today is very thankful. Like people don't realize being thankful for the air on your face or standing outside in the rain. I mean, I dreamt of those things 7 years in a 20 by 20 cell, and people take for granted the small things in life. You know what I mean? I'm excited to share my story. My journey wasn't very nice. I've been in a dark place. Never was on drugs. I did 7 years in a federal penitentiary. I've seen things that make grown men cry for their mom. And freedom is so priceless. You know, everything you see that I do was, well, except e-skating, it was premeditated from inside a cell. The second floor, 219 was my cell number. I got put down in jail for being around with the wrong people, bro. Not doing no dirty, nothing. I told myself, I don't fit in here. I don't belong here. So I planned, like, when I get out, I'm a tattoo. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna paint. And people ask me to this day, dude, do you even sleep? Why are you so motivated? It's because jail changed me. It made me realize what I have. It made me wake up. So when I came out, I just went full broke. I didn't stop to today. Like everything I do is because I don't want to go back. I want to stay focused. I seen things that I don't want to see again. And so my motivation is from inside. I used to draw for cards for other inmates, and that would get me food. Believe it or not, drawing cards and portraits for birthdays and Christmas cards, it fed me. I got food. Art is what really saved my life. You know, I started tattooing inside, and in jail, there's very strict politics. At first, I wasn't liked because I'm half local and half on the Mexican side. And by tattooing, I kind of pushed that all away and unified the whole everybody, because I tattooed everybody and got everybody closer. I bring the aloha spirit to the inside. There's a lot of stuff that made me realize what I have today is very thankful. Like people don't realize being thankful for the air on your face or standing outside in the rain. I mean, I dreamt of those things 7 years in a 20 by 20 cell, and people take for granted the small things in life. You know what I mean? If everybody could spend 1 year in jail, their perception on life would change. Like, I missed my kids. I couldn't eat steak. You know what I mean? You're a program, you know, you got to sleep a certain time. It's just, I don't want to go back. So e-skating makes me free. I'm free. I used to be in the streets doing dumb shit. Now I'm out on the streets with my son, rolling with the community, and it feels really good, man, that I'm just free, wind in my face and rocking my skateboards and riding with my son. So, you know, sometimes stop and enjoy, stop and smell the roses, because people don't realize the little things in life is the most important thing.
That was beautiful. I feel like some people need to get shaken a little bit to realize how fortunate and lucky they are in their lives.
Yeah.
Just the things they have, whether it's, you know, prison or being in a different country or going through something within your school, whatever. I mean, it's so easy to get that closed mindset and forget how lucky everybody really is on the day-to-day.
Yeah. Oh, no, I like to share it because, you know, there's a lot of ambassadors out there. They share their story, you know, some with drug addictions, alcoholism, you know, and it's awesome that part of speaking is rehabilitation. But my story is, I came from a dark place, bro. Like, I seen dudes get mopped up in jail, like sent down to the medics, like busted face. I mean, all because some dumb shit over food. So, you know, I just want to voice my opinion and why my past is like, I'm so happy and thankful just to be sitting in the sun, or just, I'm really thankful just talking to, like, now I'm just thankful for me talking to you and having this interview. People don't realize the smallest things in life can be the most precious thing. It's a different world. The politics is really strong. You'll get smacked up. You even get almost get beat up for sitting on somebody's table.
Wow.
That's how politics it is. So, you know, I'm just happy, I'm not in that life anymore. And skateboarding makes me escape everything. I'm free. I'm in Hawaii. I'm very thankful that I am where I am today.
I mean, you're in one of the most beautiful places in the world. You're creating something from scratch that you're passionate about.
Thank you. Trying, brother. I'm still trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not trying, you're doing great. And that's part of the reason we wanted to hop on the call with you. I mean, I didn't even know anything about you being in prison, honestly, when I reached out to you. I just knew the work that you did. I really appreciated the work that you do, the passion you have, and you can just tell you're doing it from a place of genuine want and care. It's not a place where you're looking to do it for the money or for the clout or whatever you want to say. So I'd love for you to get into anything you'd like to talk about.
A little history of me. I never jumped on a skateboard my whole life. It started from COVID. So at that time, I was really stressed out. I had lost my tattoo shop. I lost my business because of COVID, and it was really stressful. We were locked down here in Hawaii, and no one could go out. And slowly they were saying that you could get out to exercise. And one of the reasons of exercise is if you could get a skateboard or jogging, whatnot. So I believe my first skateboard was a skateboat. A skateboat? Yeah. It was a skateboat. And I got it for a tattoo. And I just jumped on it during COVID. And ever since that, the rest was history.
Wow. So you actually got your first board out of a barter, like just a straight up trade, like your service for a board.
I was a military guy, and he said, "Oh, here's a skateboard." I'm like, "Dude, I never skated in my life." I'm like, "Okay." So where I live, there's a parking structure. So I practiced and rode around, and you know what? I fell in love with it, and it started progressing, and I started building. My next board was an Evolve, and coming from my background of a lowrider builder, custom painter, I didn't want to ride it stock, so I started tricking it out for personal reasons. So it started escalating to Green Lantern, and then Purple Rain, and the next thing you know, companies been hitting me up. So it's just to me, I never expected this to blow up so big for me. But now you can see, this is my living room. I have skateboards, all helmets to paint and whatnot. Ever since I was out of high school, I never did have a 9-to-5 job. I was raised by a single parent. Me and my sister, so it was hard taking care of my sister and helping my mom. So I started hustling. I wasn't naturally born talented. I used to build lowriders and lowrider bikes, and I wanted to go to school for painting, and they never had schools back then. So I actually sat down, and I would go to 7-Elevens and sit down and read all the books and self-taught myself. Then after I came a tattoo artist, that was my profession by trade. And, I always painted, but it was so much on the back burner, and I just kind of gave it up. So fast forward to nowadays, there's so many companies out there, so many products, like, it's just revolution the whole market. So pinstriping, tattoos, and custom painting is what I do. I'm the only one here in Hawaii that does it. I actually hold classes and whatnot. So it pays the bills living in Hawaii. It's expensive, man. Like, woo.
I can only imagine, but what you're doing, I mean, I feel like it doesn't even feel like work at a certain point, because you're passionate about what you're doing. You're enjoying what you're doing, and you're creating all day. It's not like you're doing the same task every other day and kind of repeating itself. Like, everything's creative, which I'm sure is refreshing. I just wanted to say, before we get into any more, I'm a detailer. I love detailing cars. I had a detailing business before BKB. So wow. I greatly appreciate your paint work. I think it's amazing. The amount of metallic you can get into, like the flakes that I see in your paint, is just insane.
Thank you.
So
you're a car guy. You know exactly what we go through.
I 100% get it. I've worked on cars, I've built cars, so that's where I got started with the whole DIY and working with my hands thing myself. So,
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you.
and you were born and raised in Hawaii? Is that where you've been your whole life?
I was born here in Hawaii. I'm a native, but I've lived in Southern California very long. So I consider Southern California my home too. I have a lot of family all over, but my roots is dug deep in Hawaii. Um, my dad, he is from Sonora, Mexico. He's 100% Mexican, and my mom, she is Hawaiian Filipino. So I got like best of both worlds. Hawaii is such a universal place to live. I mean, we have every ethnic group here, and we all get along. And one thing I like about Hawaii is we get to ride all year long. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I see people in Midwest and where you guys, oh, I can't wait to ride my board. It's snowing. I'm like, dude, I'm over here riding 24/7, dude, on the streets just smashing, like, yeah.
I was living vicariously through you during the winter when you were putting out all those awesome videos with the AI art and everything. I was
Yeah.
living through you because I wasn't able to go out there riding. It was below freezing outside for some of it. So your videos definitely made me super jealous that I couldn't be riding. So you've gotten the board through barter, your first board, and then you worked your way up to Evolve. When did you decide to make that step, or what was it that made you decide to get into electric skateboarding?
I started liking the electric skateboard scene, and me and my son was the only ones in Hawaii doing it back, I would say 2019. I mean, this is how far back we go. It's like if you had a tennis 4P, you're the god of Eskate here in Hawaii. You're the god, tennis 4P, 50 millimeter motors. And I didn't know much, I had many boards from Meeple, Skateboat, Evolves, you name it. I had everyone, and I really wanted to get more boards. But at that time, shipping, they wouldn't ship the boards here to Hawaii because of lithium batteries.
Oh, interesting. It might have been.
So that's one of the problems here in Hawaii. There's a lot of people that want skateboards, but there's no companies that will ship it out here. It's a real good market to tap into out here, but a lot of companies don't want to ship it out. So getting back to the skateboarding, we started riding, me and my son, and we got really close. It was my right-hand man. We rode all over the place. We stopped. We enjoyed it. And I started finding different riders in the community. And it started building momentum by itself. I guess all the e-skaters found each other. And next thing I knew, I remember this day, it was June 5th, my birthday, I think 2020. My son actually stopped me. We were doing a whole group ride for Shred Lights. We took over Shred Lights' Instagram, Eric.
Awesome.
And, we did this group ride. It was, I thought it was just another ride for me. But my son actually stopped me, goes, "Hey, Dad." I'm like, "Yeah, look behind you." And I look, and there were like maybe 200-300 people rolling. He said, "You created this here in Hawaii." So it was like, I think I have the vid up on Instagram, but it was so amazing, man. It's just the community here is cool. And ever since that, I fell in love with skateboarding. And not, the electric skateboarding scene is so crazy, but I just wanted to up it. So what I did was just customize my Evolve. I think it was Bumblebee. And I'm actually working on several other boards, but that's just personal. I like to paint them and make them nice, pinstripe it,
DIY to the full extent. Nobody's ever going to have a board that looks exactly like yours, and I love that.
Yeah, and that's why nobody is doing it, So I've reached out to several companies. Maybe they could do it 2, 3, 4 times a year, exclusive drops, which hopefully it will drive sales up to them. And I just like helping the community, bro. Like all my ambassadorships, I don't get paid. I don't want to get paid. I just want to help the community here and help the companies that support me. So people think, "Oh, you're getting money," or you don't. No, I'm not. They haven't asked me, "Do you want to get paid?" I said, "No."
So this is really like a pure passion, something you're doing for fun. You love it. You're a founding father for the Hawaiian grassroots e-skate culture. So this is really just something you appreciate and you enjoy. And like you said, with your son and how that grew your relationship, I'm sure it holds a special place in your heart.
Exactly. And supporting good companies like you guys is SoCal legend, Joe, Scott Davis, because I watch his YouTube, and Casey. I said, man, I won't be like these guys. They're so cool. I want companies to support me and give some things away to the community. And it's funny how the universe works. And here I am, not 40 years later, like building boards and people like you guys sending me some awesome wheels. Like those wheels are my favorite. And I'm just really thankful. Like great companies see us people, us little people, that makes everything so worthwhile.
That's amazing. I mean, you deserve everything that you've gotten your way. I mean, the amount of not only from a company's perspective, you're out there riding every day. You can tell you have the passion for the sport, for the hobby, for the community. It's just a no-brainer to support you. So I'm happy that you even agreed to come on here. How do you feel like you've impacted other people through you creating this journey, you creating this community within Hawaii from nothing to this giant group?
There's a lot of riders, like, I impacted so many riders. Like, I know there's three people, but one sticks out very much. I think his Instagram name is Eskate 808, and he's on the neighbor islands. And I don't know if you guys remember, he invited me to fly out to his island, and we rode the volcano. We were the first two e-skaters to ride the volcano, and it was crazy. And I'm like, hey, the impact for me is like, I love this e-skate thing, but it impacted him so bad that he said, dude, I bought everything you promoted. Like, I bought the wheels, I bought every skateboard. And so making an impact for me is like doing what we love, but then helping the other companies like you guys and Anzra and whoever I ride for. Jay's riding that, I'm gonna go buy that board. Coming from like you guys are a small company, and that's why like people like you guys, I totally support 110%, because you guys came from the bottom, 2019. But the biggest impact I like is everybody getting out, just to see everybody in the community riding, rolling, no matter if it's a one-wheel EUC electric bike. We all gather here in Hawaii as Ohana, and we ride every Fridays, and the scene's getting bigger. It just a little hint to the companies that's going to watch us. You guys need to tap into Hawaii, because it's a really big thing out here.
I can't imagine how much pride you feel when you go on these rides, knowing that you're sort of this forefather that kind of created this whole opportunity for everybody. I'm sure everybody's super appreciative, and I know we are. Can't express that enough. But I do have some other questions for you. What would you say, as far as, obviously you have the community aspect of it, you have the customization part of it. Is there anything else within Eskate that really excites you, or that really is your favorite part about it, other than the customization and the community? Is there anything that really, I think you spoke a little bit about your connection with your son.
Yeah, the connection. What really makes me excited to ride every time is for me, it's like, okay, who's coming out with what board now? Like, oh, dude got this board. Like, dude, it's cool. But for me, what really, really excites me, other than the companies that support me and all this customization, is just the community. To see the community get so big and big and big. And, me and my son is leading the pack. And just to see something that started in 2019, it was just two of us, my son and me, riding God knows what kind of boards we had, that we only could go like 8 miles and turn around to the store. It was just fulfilling to ride with my son. And now we are pushing 20, 30 miles, bigger motors, bigger batteries. The game is evolving. It's just exciting to see the Eskate community grow big, and companies is always revolving. It's like, I can't keep up. Like, like your tires that I use, I never had a problem with your tires. And I'm not saying this, because you guys sent me tires, but honestly, like that simple, your BKB tires, I've had other tires, and these tires are I don't know how to explain it. I can rip corners at 30 miles an hour and it'll hold.
Do you think there's any other industries in your experience, or that you know of, that has a similar connection between the companies and the community, or is that unique to Eskate in your opinion?
As far as companies, I just had a talk with my buddy. The companies, there's some companies like you folks, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I support companies that the CEOs and the founders actually ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, you folks Right.
Totally.
You guys build DIY boards. For me, I come from a background of old school respect, loyalty. Um, I just feel like some companies and in the industry are just doing to capitalize off the market. And, it's cool, but I don't really kind of dig that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Totally.
like to support real people that put the elbow grease in there, who has a history like you guys, from 2019, you jumped on a DIY and I viewed your thing and you're like, I built my first board and you guys came out with tires. And I like seeing that. Companies need to be more like that,
You gotta, in my humble opinion, I think anybody who's running a company should be a consumer of their own product, in order
Exactly.
to properly, understand what they're making. How am I gonna sell someone on a board if I'm not writing it myself? How am I
Right.
gonna make something nice if I don't write it and figure out what's wrong with it? So that's kind of it's been one of my favorite things about being in this industry, is just that I can experiment and have fun while still technically working. And in the process, I'm creating a better environment and better opportunities for other people. So that's my favorite thing about it. But I did want to ask you also, what have been your biggest challenges in the past 4 years?
Challenges is one. Well, there's a few challenges. Challenges is getting parts here to Hawaii. Is hard. Like, I fix a lot of people's boards, and customer communication, they'll email the customer and they won't get back to them. So dudes here are stuck with parts that they can't get. The challenges I see, to be honest with you guys, cue them, is in the community, you find people that don't understand how community leaders, what they do and what they put in work into. There was an incident, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but the younger generation, there's no respect in the community. There's no, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. There's founders out there, in LAPEV, Justin them, there's Colorado Caddy out in Colorado that's putting in work, me, I had a whole live about it, and it's people don't understand, they come fresh into the group and they're like, oh, I want to be cool. Yeah, I want to ride with these guys. And next thing you know, they're stepping over people's toes and disobeying laws. And then the biggest thing is, if you're speeding up and down the road with no safety gear and you get hurt, it's on you. But then yet it reflects on us, the community leaders. You know what I'm saying? And so the challenge of educating the younger riders is the biggest challenge. They're just young-ho, gung-ho. They want to do this. They want to see what social media, they want to be like these people on social media, but not understanding that there's protocols, there's hard work, like getting BKBs, like community riders got to schedule the event, talk to Shred Lights to do sponsorship.
It's all about doing it the right way. If you do it the right way the first time, you won't have to pay for when you do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I know I can relate to that on a personal level, especially in the car community. I used to be the guy going to every car meet every week, and I had to stop because of these takeovers. People are drifting around intersections and stuff like that. It's not a good look. And I didn't like being associated with that group, because if I'm hanging out with 5 guys and 2 of them do that, I'm one of them at the end of the day. If you're looking the other way, you're supporting it, in my opinion. So I kind of had to take a step back from something I grew up loving, just because of that same reason. So I totally understand. You create some of the coolest cards and boards I've ever seen. What do you prefer more? Do you prefer the creation process of creating a board or customizing a car, or do you prefer riding?
Riding it. I rather riding it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, the customization is cool, but I think I rather just I like to just ride my boards and have fun,
Do you have a favorite place you like to ride, or like a favorite area, route, or anything like that?
Yes, we actually do. I actually do. So where I live, it's right on the beachfront. It's about a 22-mile run. We created this route, and I guess everybody uses it now. We ride from the beachfront all the way up to Diamond Head, through Waikiki, through the city, and there's a little store almost at the end of the run, and they support us. Like every Friday. Well, first Fridays is when we roll deep. Like everybody comes out to ride.
Hmm.
So just being along the beach. Friday nights they got the fireworks show at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and the tourists is out.
Let's go back in time a little bit. If you were to go back 10 years, I know you got your board about 4 years ago, your first one. If you were to go back 10 years and tell yourself one thing about where you are today or a piece of advice to get you where you are today, what would that be?
But if I was pushed back 10 years and thankful, I would say one word, just thankful for everything.
Yeah.
I am really thankful. I'm really blessed with a lot of stuff. So, 10 years ago, I wouldn't even dream of having all these skateboards and, like boards like that, pins like that. I mean, DIYs like that.
That's great. And then kind of the same question. Where do you think you'll be in 5 years from now? I mean, you've grown so much in 4 years. It seems like your whole life has changed from having never tried this hobby to almost having your whole life enveloped into it and being a big community member. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
I actually see and project myself 5 years with, I really want to have my own line of boards. I'm actually working and doing my homework with it. You guys are the first to know. That's why I said the exclusive interviews with you guys. They will be one of one. So if I design a board for you, like build a board, they're not gonna be another one like it again. From
Wow.
Configuration, 12S4, 60 millimeter motors, P42 batteries, custom paint and everything like that. So hopefully in 5 years, I'll be like you guys where, I can actually fulfill orders and get my own thing off the ground. But it takes a lot of capital to do it. So, baby steps. But that's what's in the works. It's called Immortal Legends. The company is called Immortal Legends. It's actually LLC. It's actually a business already. So Immortal Legend is the E for electronics, electric motors, and the Thunderbolt, and the Legends is we building legendary boards.
That sounds amazing, and I think electric skateboarding or EVs, micro EVs, whatever you want to call them in general, this community of business owners and the people who have these companies, it's not like other people or other industries where a competitor comes out and they're upset or they're worried about it. I'm more than excited to hear that you're starting your own business. At the end of the day, everybody has their own preferences. Everybody can build something completely differently. And I know your board is going to be far different from ours, but it's going to be amazing. I mean, I'm so excited to hear more about it. And if we can be a part of that process or help you at all, please let us know. We'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you. It's more like the boards that I'm building, it's more like the rolling pieces of artwork. You're collecting art pieces. That's what I look at it, because every things that I paint, like, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the first resin tank that's going to be debuted here at a show. But getting back to the boards, it's like every board I create, it's a rolling pieces of art. So that,
Totally.
I like to be original, bro. I don't
Everything
like
you do is original. Everything I've ever seen you post, all the artwork that you've done, I've never seen anything like it. And it's always unique in its own way. And it always has its own different flair that I know if I see it, it's your work. But at the same time, all of your works have their own flair to them. Like you were saying, you have names for all your different boards and the paint designs you do. I love that. It gives it more of a personality, of a connection to it. Not just you, but anybody who has it. Like you said, it's a piece of artwork. It's unique. It's one of one. And nobody else has the same thing. Yeah, I mean, collaboration with BKB would be awesome. I know I'd totally be interested in doing something like that. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you more about that off the call. And
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
So my I put his tires on last year, and he uses his board to work every day.
Wow.
Now I had a question. Where is it? Okay.
Also, I wanted to say, you said you're going to order more tires. Just let me know when you're ordering them. I got you. You don't have to worry about it.
So like these tires or some other tires, I'm not gonna, you know, like these I go through. Like your guys' tires are crazy. Like I try to run my board hard, and the wear patterns is like the longevity of you guys' tires. I found that is it wears evenly, as opposed to other. I was like, dude. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I try to literally slide that shit out of my rear end going about 22. I feel so confident in your guys' tires that whenever I'm flying with you guys down the road in Waikiki, I know never that the back end's gonna slip out. I mean, I don't know what you guys did to the wheels, but yeah, it's amazing.
Well, as a car person yourself, I'm sure you'll be happy to know it's designed after car tires. I mean, it's meant to have the same durability of like a high performance car tire. So it has the tread pattern to get rid of water. They're directional, correct? They're designed to be real world physics inspired. So they're meant to work like a car tire or high performance tire would. I would say I try to slide it out all the time, and unless I'm in a big patch of sand, I can't. I try it all the time because I love drifting and stuff like that. But yeah, it's actually designed after a real. I realize everybody else these round profiles where you're only getting this much contact patch on the wheel. Why not use the whole wheel? It was rated to last you at least 3,000 miles with just regular wear and tear. Regular pneumatics are typically almost half that. So, I mean, I'm very happy with it. And I'm glad you are too.
Is there anything maybe in the works later with wider tires for you know, as evolving skateboarders, DIYs being built?
Right. So as of right now, not going to sugarcoat it just like you. We don't have anything in the works right now. Right now, we are 100% focused on, we're actually coming out with new boards, both long and short boards. So that's kind of our focus right now. After that, we'll probably transition to doing more wheels. I know a lot of people have been requesting those wheels in a 7 and 8 inch size as well, both larger diameter and larger in contact patch and width. I'd like to make a wheel that's similar size to like the current Meepo Hurricane wheel. It's got that wider contact patch. Those are some tires. I'd like to make something that fits on there for sure. But as of right now, it's not in development. But thankfully, at this point, I'm sure you're getting into it now with learning more about your stuff. Is there anything that you would like to share? I know you already announced your new company that's coming soon. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or share or cover?
Yeah, I just want to thank companies like you guys that inspires me to keep on riding. I like companies like you guys, BKB, Shred Lights, Dope Grit. The reason why I say this is because, like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I can't support a company that's capitalizing off the market. You gotta ride. You gotta have, like, now I have a better respect for you folks because I'll support a company 100% if they're original. You guys are original, and I just thank companies like you guys reaching out to people like me and original company and riders that's doing what you guys do. And it feels so cool. Like there's people out there that's doing it like you guys, and I'm thankful, man.
Awesome. Well, we're thankful for you supporting us and being able to really take advantage of our passion spilling over. That's really all our business is just us creating things that we would want for ourselves. And if it helps someone else or everybody else likes it, that's great. It really does come from a place of an enthusiast. So we appreciate you recognizing that. If you want to do any shout outs to your brands, to any of your fellow riders in your community, if there's anybody that you like to support, just even if it's Scott Davies, whatever, just an opportunity for you to sort of speak up and support anybody else outside of the brands. Is there any?
First and foremost would be Shred Lights. Eric, them been with me from day one. Big shout out to Shred Lights. They always took care of me. Dope Grips, Matt. Fabian, who's solely believed in me too. SoCal legend, my buddy right there. Colorado Caddy. Who else? And my son. But before I leave and end this cool conversation, thank you for having me on here. I feel a lot better. And for the community out there, just have fun and support local companies like BKBs and Shred Lights who keep it original, who comes out with original products for us to be safe, to be seen, and stuff like that. Support original local companies like Q and Jarrett, them right here. You know, they work hard, and people don't see that. They only see the good side on social media, oh, BKB. But now, hopefully, this interview will shed a light on some companies and make people think that, hey, we need to support these guys because they're cool and they're original. I'm gonna go on my balcony so you guys can see beautiful Hawaii. Here you go. Here you go, guys.
Oh my goodness. My gosh.
That looks amazing.
You literally live in paradise. Gotcha.